Evening YouTube. Today I want to talk about maths and why maths has become so unpopular with school kids. Now, Britain has been overtaken by Canada and South Korea in the video game industry. We used to be the third biggest producer, now we're the fifth biggest. Disaster, I think, and a crying shame, and it's all down to culture as far as I can see. In the Far East, people who are good at maths are respected. Here, they're labelled geeks and nerds. I think one of the reasons for this is the language we use in maths. It has its own jargon and its own symbols. Now, I haven't got a problem with the symbols, but the jargon puts a lot of kids off, I think. So, take the four basic functions in maths: addition, minus, multiplication, and division. Now, why do we say 10 add 10 or 10 plus 10? Why not just say and? It means the same thing. Why can't you just say and? And instead of saying 10 minus 5, what's wrong with 5 from 10? It's a quicker word to say, and it's more familiar to children. It wasn't until secondary school I realised these were the same words. Multiplication is the same word as of. 10 times 10 is the same as 10 of 10, or 10 multiplied by 10. So why not just say of? They mean the same thing. It's short for lots of. 10 lots of 10. Divide. Why do we say divide? Why not just say shared? Perfectly, isn't it? On the other side, why don't we use mathematical symbols outside maths? Why aren't they used in everyday language? Instead of having AND, or alternatively ALSO, or PLUS, why not just have a cross? Simple. It'd save space, and once again, children would become familiar with that symbol, and maths wouldn't seem like such an alien world. Instead of writing OF, or TIMES, or MULTIPLY, why not just put diagonal cross? Much simpler. Far simpler. The same goes for equals. Instead of saying equals, why not just say is? And instead of writing IS, or EQUALS, or THESAMEAS, the same as, they all mean the same thing. Just put two lines. So much simpler. And you can put two lines with a slash through them for isn't, or aren't, doesn't equal, is not the same as. You don't need all this convolution. And some other examples: instead of saying quarter, why not just say fourth? Instead of saying 1,000, why not just say grand or K? Remember, words are just vibrations in the air produced by our vocal cords. So they might as well be quick, and they might as well be ones that we've already learned. Why complicate things by introducing more language? Instead of saying fraction, why not just say share? They mean the same thing. The truth is that professions like to have their own special jargon, and it makes them feel that's not fair enough, but as I say, we can keep the mathematical symbols, but the mathematical language, often as not, we really don't need it. And my favourite one, of course, is the symbol for infinity, which is shaped like an 8, but sideways. So, why not write that instead of forever, or infinite, or for all time? I don't know, maybe it wouldn't make any difference at all, but I can't help feeling we're letting our children down. And also, I don't know about my audience, but I wasn't taught times table until I was like 7. Why? Why couldn't it be when I was 6 or 5? or 4 for that matter. We know that people learn fastest when they're toddlers. So why do we put off maths until later? Do we think against scientific knowledge? Does our intuition tell us that they couldn't do it? Well, intuition isn't always right. Okay? So we've got to stop this rot, because I believe learning to count is more important than learning to read or write, especially in this day and age. We need more and more mathematicians. We don't have enough. Remember, logic, computer science, statistics, they're going to become a hell of a lot more important as more and more of our lives become automated. Maybe it won't make any difference. Thank you, YouTube. I'll see you later.